So adult friendships, I'd say for a fact, they are very important because we get that social support, financial support, emotional support. One of the biggest things, you've had people who've committed suicide because they felt alone. But adult friendships will encourage us to share, even when, when you're down there, when you're chini kabisa,
things are not working. I think I agree with you. And the lie, sometimes I say the lie of COVID. The lie of COVID was the lie of isolation and tell us you can do it on your own. And then we have a culture where me, myself, and I, so you feel like I can do it on my own. But I think I agree with you. In adulting, yes, our environment will shape the kind of friendships that we have, but we need them. We need these friendships in our lives so that we are able to... Actually, we were never created to be in isolation. VP, how are you? I hope you're doing well from wherever you are. This is the RG, the Relationship Garage, where we believe we can live and thrive and have healthy relationships. So now my prayer is that I know this, Maze, will be having healthy relationships. And today we have an amazing conversation right here with my one and only true brother.
My
name
is Emmanuel. And I'm grateful to be here, but other people call me MC Neb.
Uko sure mse pale hivyo homa kuosha ata get vibe huyu Neb unajiintroduce.
Hi, once again. Thank you for having me. My name is MC Neb and kama kawaida, glad to be here. Yeah.
Amazing. And I am Steve Onguko, Maze. We've been doing this thing and we're just so glad to be right here on the CCO, as we reach out on the airwaves. So today we're talking about adulting.
Welcome to adulting.
My friend, could grow up, Maze. I'm just thinking, Ebe.
Yes.
When you think about adulting, what comes to your mind?
Adulting, a shift, a change, and a challenge based on the experiences. Sometimes you wish you didn't grow up. And it's because of the responsibilities that comes with adulting.
What is that one thing that you think about, because you said you don't wish that you grew. I mean, there are things that you wish you never grew up. Boy, mommy.
Yeah.
What is that one thing for you when you think about when you're young and now, and you're thinking, I wish I was young?
Just not having to think about other people. When you're young, you just focus on yourself, especially if you're a last born. Because personally, I am a last born. So, mi nilikuwa tu naamka, naishi. So now growing up, you have to think about other people. You have to think about not only your family, now family of origin. Some of us have our own families. So the scope widens. And based on relationships, because we're here to talk about relationships. So when you're young, your relationships are somehow, the scope is not wide.
Kidogo.
Iko limited too. Yeah. So kama nimetoka na nilipatia Steve brick game yangu, that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about, now I have to fend for a family. For instance, if at all I have my own family. So that's a major shift that I'd say that has happened in my life, yeah.
I remember when I was young, one of the things that I think... the fact that unajua,
yes,
you have nothing to worry about. Everyone worries about you. You're the only one who doesn't worry about anything.
Yeah.
I think about being young. And then interesting, una grow up, unacheki, like people are growing up, they're thinking, hey, when I grow up, when I grow up, there's other things itafanya hivi.
I'll buy ice cream. I'll buy sweets for myself.
Yeah, I'll buy sweets. By the way, when you come another moment, when you're growing up, so you're on your birthday, I was excited, but some of us, we grew up as a birthday, we never celebrate our birthday. Even my birthday, si tumekuja kutambua juzi.
Sorry.
And so I remember that day when I bought Superloaf for myself, momoka. And I ate the entire Superloaf alone, the whole bread alone, because I'm like, now nimeomoka. Now I'm old. Now I can buy for myself.
Yeah.
And growing up, but we're looking in terms of, because the heart of this conversation is relationship, because we are in the relationship garage, trying to see how we can work this thing out of relationships when you're young and now when you're adulting, and you're looking in terms of relationships when you're young and now that you are old. Okay, sisi mzae kabisa. But now that you have grown, when I was young, I thought like, and now that you're in mzae, and look at the relationships at that point and now, what shift? What has shifted in your early childhood and maybe when you're still in nursery? Unajua siku hizi kuna TPP1 hizo tutapata tambua. When you're young, what has shifted in relationships then and now?
I think I'd say, now for me personally, where I grew up, we've been nomads. Now when I say nomads, like literally I don't have childhood friends. It's so unfortunate. Manze.
Hata mtu ule at primary school, class 1, class 2?
No. All my friends that I have ni from Form 3, and it's because now of church. Not even high school. It's because I met them in the teens church. But what has shifted, I'd say, is now the aspect of now becoming intentional. Because as you grow older, you need now to be intentional with your friendships. Because, again, we have a lot of convenient friendships based on where we are at. So let's say we were in Excans together. So we assume we are friends because we are in Excans. That's a program for guys who've cleared high school. Let's say now I get to go to university. So we are friends because we share the same unit or we're in the same cohort. So I think the greatest shift has happened whereby now I have to pursue relationships and friendships from a very intentional point. That's the greatest shift that has happened. So I can't just assume you're my friend and I'm not doing follow-up and all those things. So I'd say that's it for me.
I think when I look at it also, there's something you just said, something just sort of bad moment in my mind. I am thinking, I think when you're young, somehow it's very interesting. It's paradoxical, whereby friendships matter, but again don't matter. Sijui kama get your vibe.
Mhenga, hebu niambie ati friendships matter but they don't matter.
At the same time, like at some point when you're young, you're like whoever, you're so concerned about who is your friend, who is not your friend.
Okay.
But at the same time, when you're young, you don't care who like best yangu we kwenda. Like you're not my friend today, that's okay. Ulininyima love.
Okay.
Only in my love, so you're not my friend.
Yeah.
Then you come when you're adulting and in your adulthood, you start wondering, the friendship, it's more or less you're choosing more, does it really matter than really do I need this friendship? You start even being choosy about friendships.
Yeah.
When you're young, kids, everyone is your friend again.
Yeah.
On the other side, everyone is your friend. But when you're growing up, you're like, I don't need to be a friend to everyone. But I think environment changes everything.
Yeah.
Environment changes everything on how we think about it. And but I think the biggest thing that changes so much is responsibilities.
Yeah.
I think responsibility changes because now, ukuwa mtoi, you don't have so much of responsibilities as such. When ni kukula, kucheza, na kulala. Na ukiongezea sana hapo hivyo nini? Masomo.
Yeah.
So what do you think, what do you think, or how has how has responsibilities to you think has shaped your relationships with people in terms of growth as you've grown up?
I think also the aspect of change of environment, because the people I was in high school with, after high school we went to college. Now after college comes work. And maybe you've had a placement in Kisumu, for instance. So the dynamic will change. Another friend maybe has been posted to Nakuru, or maybe they've gone to abroad, to study or do their work there. So the dynamic changes completely. And I'd say it entails me to sacrifice. And that's now the part that we really struggle with. Because we need to sacrifice. And friendships is about sacrifice. Relating with anyone. And sometimes you've met someone and they ask you, wow, where have you been? It's been years. And you just wonder and you're like, I think, who is this person? You're trying to remember, but maybe they're sure. They're sure they know you. Like, Steve, unikumbuki. Then you want to tulikuwa mabeshte hapo hivi CITAM Valley Road when we were young.
Ama tulikuwa kwa store. Unikumbuki ule jamaa atile bike alifanyanga hivi na hivi na hivi.
So I think now that dynamic of change, the responsibilities that we take up in life, and also career choice. Because if I choose a career where I'm busy, and it's inevitable, we can be neighbors, but we don't meet as much. Because probably your shift is not like mine. If I'm working at a call center, for instance, and
Na ni usiku
and I need the usiku bana. So yes, we are friends, but the responsibility at hand is causing a strain in that friendship. So unless we are very intentional, and that's why maybe we've heard about people who go to look for greener pastures, wanaenda ugaibuni.
Ugaibuni,
Yes. So you're there, you had friends here, but when you're working, they're asleep, and vice versa.
So you lose touch, you lose connection with that. Because actually, sorry, you've made me to remember when I was, me, I've shifted. I serve as a pastor, and if you're in where I serve, good morning, CITAM. You keep moving from assembly to assembly. My church, my home church, is CITAM Valley Road. So I grew up with my friends, Akina Mavo, Akina Manu. I'm sure if they're watching, they're like, yeah. Maze Sunday, we had one plot. Toka church, we walk to town. There's a place, I don't know if this kama iko, it used to be a place, iko Caprice. Tunaingia, tunanua chipo, tuna watch football the whole time.
Nakumbuka hata mlikuwa mnatu invite.
And then lo and behold, I was moved from Valley Road. Or rather, I went to another
you were hired.
Uko nilikuwa kanda ya Moko.
Yes.
Now I was hired.
Yeah.
Then I went to CITAM Thika Road.
Yeah.
And go CITAM Thika Road, I remember, my friend, let me tell you, I was struggling the first few months.
Yeah.
Because being a pastor, Sunday is your work day.
Yeah.
Monday, watu wako job. Wako off day on Monday.
Yeah.
So Monday, so I used to stay on Monday, like I'm thinking, wow, so what do people do on a Monday?
Yeah.
Because Saturday, somehow, people are so busy, everything and there. So Sunday was like when we'll meet in town, we sit down, we watch football, we do all manner of things. Now you can't do.
Yeah.
Because now you're in charge. So the environment completely changed for me, everything. And I struggled. Is this that thing I'm supposed to be doing? because of those. So I understand when you say you can actually literally lose friendships because certain things change in your life, your environment, your career.
Yeah.
I'm sure career yako inamaanisha inakufanya ubadilishe mabeste yenye ulikuwa nao umeweka maisha yako.
Me, I'm an MC, and I've been an MC ever since I was young. So I've never been employed.
By the way,
so most of my friends are employed full time. So either I have to work around, their schedules, because weekends niko busy. Weekdays niko a bit flexible. So for them, weekend sasa ndio mtu anakuambia nataka tu kulala. Because maybe they've been busy the whole week. So the dynamic also came with a lot of adjustments, matters, friendships. And also, I think we can thank God for social media, which has allowed us to assume Steve is okay. But I rarely talk to him. Because sometimes you can see someone on Facebook, you can see someone on Instagram, but then you just assume they're okay.
Yeah, when you see their status.
Yes. You don't talk, you don't do anything, but it hits you. It's been 5 years since you talk to someone. Most you can do.
Most men, men, we haven't met for a few months. We meet and you look like we met yesterday. Niaje buda uko sawa? And we go on.
Yeah, but it's not a good thing. Because you just have you seen this meme of two cars? Like one car is like literally crashed. Then like, how are you? I'm fine. Then this other one is inside the water. I'm also fine. That's how we are. Like we are as human beings. Because you just meet, plug and play. You're good. I was catching up with a friend the other day, and I was telling her one of my stories of what I went through in the last 1 year. So interestingly, we realized the last time we were together, it was during one of her events, and that was 2023. Can you imagine? But we see each other on social media, we assume she's okay, he's okay.
So then the big question is this. Do we really need relationships in adulting? Are they really important?
We do need relationships. One of the greatest needs of humanity or human beings is being listened to. Like from a psychological perspective, human beings love to be listened to. And you can only be listened to by people who matter to you. Sometimes you have to share, or life pushes you to some point where you need to share with someone. And you can only share with someone you trust. So I can say for a fact, we need friendships even as adults. And by the way, you know, sometimes we just think about this concept of history, hatu kuomba na pesa. I know we say mtu akianza kukomba pesa hapo ndio urafiki sasa, wachana nayo sasa. But for that person to actually think of Steve as someone I can maybe borrow money, probably they think of you as a friend. You know, apart from those few characters who go out there to con people. But I'm just thinking how important, if right now maybe I'm struggling with my children's school fees. Okay, I'm not married, but those who struggle with that. And I need someone to come through. You're better placed because you have children who are in school to understand. Rather than going to a single person who would be like, hauna pesa ya watoto. No, nilikwambia usizae. Nilikwambia, unajua ndio maana tunaambia watu usioe. But when someone else, like this friend, especially as an adult, and that's the best part about growing together. If right now you had an issue with your car, I'd be better placed. And by the way, no offense to anyone who doesn't have a car.
Yes.
But I'd be better placed if I know the cost implication of something in your car. Because we hang out most of the times with you.
Yes.
Saa zingine umeenda kupeleka kama hii wiki venye ulikuwa umepeleka gari just to check something small. Then tunaambiwa, bill sasa.
It's
you know,
crazy.
so if we won't be friends and hanging out, how would I even know? Maybe for instance, when you'd be like, hey, Neb, nahitaji taya mpya, I'm traveling or something. So adult friendships, I'd say for a fact, they are very important because we get that social support.
Yes.
Financial support, emotional support. One of the biggest things. You've had people who've committed suicide because they felt alone. But adult friendships will encourage us to share, even when, you know, when you're down there, when you're chini kabisa,
things are not working. I think I agree with you. And the lie, sometimes I say the lie of COVID. The lie of COVID was the lie of isolation and tell us you can do it on your own. And then we have a culture where me, myself, and I, so you feel like I can do it on my own. But I think I agree with you. In adulting, yes, our environment will shape the kind of friendships that we have, but we need them. We need these friendships in our lives so that we are able to... Actually, we were never created to be in isolation. God never created us to be in isolation. And even God himself is a God of relationships. God the Father, the Son, the dance.
The triune.
The triune. God, Father, and Holy Spirit. So we can't survive on our own. We need leadership. So in adulting, I think it's important to have key relationships. And maybe at time I keep saying, maybe you need to have 3 key relationships that you think they're very important in your life. It can be family relationships, workplace, work kind of relationship, friendship kind of relationship. But you need to have key relationships in your life that actually will help you working as an adult.
Yeah.
You have a parting shot?
Kama kawaida, siwezi kosa. I think for me, I am a sum total of the people who are around me. Especially being someone who picked, let's say, a career that you need people for you to thrive because of referrals. You know, when you start doing some things, you just tell people, by the way, now I am a photographer. So
I'm an MC.
So those people who believe in you first are your friends.
Yeah.
And if you invite me to MC maybe your child's birthday, someone else will come to that event. And this cuts across. It's not just about the people who are like maybe in my field, but friendships are very important even to kickstart our careers and also sustain our careers. But above and beyond, friendships are critical for us to go to the next level.
Amazing. Guys, you know what? You can have and experience healthy relationships. That's all what we are here to say. It is possible to have healthy relationships. God bless you. See you in our next episode at the Relationship Garage.